everyone. Good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. I hope you're having a great day so far. I was up bright and early today. No sun yet, but I'm hoping that it's going to come shining through soon. But thank you for being here. Thank you for coming every day and just checking in and kind of indulging yourself in just time for you. Time to be with your sisters here on 60 and Me and to just get energized and inspired that life is pretty good in our 60s and that we have a lot to be thankful for. So, as always, I start my morning with a cup of tea, and I've got one this morning that's kind of interesting one. I picked this, it's called Fields and Selects. That's the brand. I don't know where it's available. I got it in the UK. And this is one that's a mango white tea. And for the best of my ability, I can figure out that it's actually got green tea in it, but it's like a variation of green tea that's called white. I'll have to check on that. And also, it's got mango. And I've never had tea with mango in it. So I tried it. This is another one. I really, really like it. It's kind of a dark tea, but you can definitely taste the mango, and you might want to put a little lemon in this one. It's kind of got that maybe a need for a little sour, but anyway, it's a great tea. Mango tea. Hope that you're doing okay though, and you've got a tea, coffee, juice, whatever it is that you like, and just sit back and relax here. I want to have a chat about something. One of our bloggers, Robin Griffiths, wrote an article about little steps that can lead to big strides for those people over 60. And mostly she's talking about well-being. And I thought that the approach that she took here was really interesting. And it's more to do with routines and habits. When we're in the workplace, we have our routines. We get up at a certain time. We maybe go to the gym. We build exercise and well-being. We're looking for good recipes for our families, if we have children at home. And we're just generally doing things in a ritual that are, try to keep everybody healthy. It's kind of what we do as women, don't we? And I think as you get a little older, you sometimes forget that and you end up breaking some of those routines. And like we've talked about before, we've spent our entire life looking after everybody else. And then when we're by ourselves, we forget that. We forget that we're important too. So the bottom line is here, in order to make big changes, in your life, lose weight or, live for many, many years, you've got to start with small steps and take, one day at a time, and don't be too hard on yourself. The better health starts with baby steps, and then gradually you see the big steps, the strides, as Robin calls them. So she gives some suggestions, and a few of these I actually feel really strongly about, and I actually incorporated them into my own life. And the first one is to get a medical checkup. Now, I know, when was the last time that you did a wellness check? I mean, if you have health issues, you probably have gone to the doctor. But when was the last time you just went into the doctor and said, "I want you to run some blood tests on me. I want you to check, my thyroid. I want you whatever." And there's lots of checklists that you can go through and do it. Now, I did this about 5 years ago, well, maybe longer now, 7. I went to the doctor and had what was called a wellness medical. And it was everything. They tested everything from my hearing to all of my internal organs, and they checked out, all my health. And it was really, really good to know some of the areas that I needed to work on. Fortunately, they didn't find anything that was, dangerous or life-threatening, except for blood pressure, which I've dealt with all my life. It was just so, refreshing, and it lifted a weight off of my shoulders. And now I do this every year. At my birthday, in November, I go and have a mammogram every 2 years, and I have just a checkup. I mean, the blood tests are fortunately covered for me, but I'm sure you can find ways to get this, done creatively. And just do the blood test to check your vitamin D level, for example, things that you can supplement, if you need to. So wellness medical is really important. Another thing that is important, according to Robin, and I do agree with this, is to drink water. A lot of people suffer from things like chronic dehydration. They just don't drink enough water, and their body cells just dry up. And I actually now can feel it when I need water. You probably can too. Like, you just feel that sense of, "Whew, I need a drink of water." And it's just listening to your body, stopping what you're doing and going and grabbing. Now, this doesn't count tea doesn't count because it's got caffeine in it, and that does the reverse effect that pulls water from your body. So it's really important that I love my tea, of course, drink a non-caffeinated, decaffeinated tea, or drink water just from the tap. Now, I'm one of these crazy people that it's not that I don't like the taste of water, but I always pop some lemon in it. And I also have those little vitamin, like fizzy drinks, like vitamin C, and I pop that in a glass of water just to break it up. And if you can get 8 glasses of water in a day, that's a good thing. It really helps to release toxins from your body. And if you don't, if you're worried about, like, I have to go to to the toilet or to the loo if I have to drink too much water, if you do it, sip it over time instead of just chugging a whole bottle of water at a time, then you actually, it feeds the cells and absorbs the water, and then you don't need to go to the bathroom so often, or when you're traveling particularly. Another thing that's important, according to Robin, and I agree with this too, is to eat real food. What does that mean? Well, it's food that grows from the ground. It's just, if you can, minimize processed foods. And you know what are processed foods? Because on the back of the envelope, they have all these like supplements and things that you have no idea how to pronounce, and they've added them to your food. And why? Because they want to keep it preserved for 4 months on a ship coming from somewhere, or they just, bulk manufacture things. So if you look at soups or those kinds of, even like a tin of tomatoes, if you look at, I mean, I know it's convenient sometimes to use tinned products, and frozen products actually are sometimes very good for you. But it's good to eat food from the ground, from plants, whole foods. And the second part of that, though, is to eat with mindfulness. To eat with a kind of determination to, be aware of what you're eating. Chew your food. Like you told your kids, do you remember? Chew your food and try to don't eat in front of the computer. I do this sometimes. I do this a lot. Just don't eat in front of the computer. Put your phone aside. Just clear a space on the table. Put a candle there. Put some nice napkins. Make a plate of something healthy. Eat it with mindfulness. I think that's really important. Another point is to get outside. You've got to get some exercise and get some fresh air. It's super important for you. And I know I say this, and we're all sitting here at our computers and doing all kinds of things to keep us inside. And maybe the weather's not so good outside at the moment. But, it does give you Mother Nature's gift, which is just fresh oxygen, and it clears your brain. It's also really good for exercise. Of course, getting the calories burned a bit. But more importantly, I think nature gives you a perspective. I've been actually very fortunate lately to be able to have my latest little grandson, to be able to look after him during the week sometimes. And we always go for our walk we have our special little place we go. And of course, he's in the buggy, so he doesn't have much to say about it. But what's really lovely about it is just to be able to point things out, even though he's young. Look at those leaves. Wow, there's a bird in the tree over there. Look at that water. It's really high today. Whatever you say, it just reminds you of the abundance of nature. Super important. Another thing to remember is rest. I know we all have these weird sleep habits when we get older, and our bodies get out of whack a bit. We can control our environment more than we think we can. I know that sometimes we live in a space that maybe isn't ideal or isn't perfect, but we can look for ways to relax and to meditate and to focus on our whole being, body, mind, and spirit, and try to, incorporate those elements into our rest. And keep things out of the bedroom or the place that you sleep to a minimum. Keep distractions down. Try not to have too much going on in the place you sleep. Separate, even if you have a studio apartment where you're in one room, just go ahead and make that space where you sleep a little bit different. Put some flowers there, make it feel like a different space. And good sleep is really like the fuel for your decision making and for all the things that you do, to stay healthy and well. And it's super important. So get your rest, not just sleep, but rest overall. Now, the final thing that I think we'll mention is muscles, getting your muscles in shape, keeping your body fit. Strength training, even if it's just lifting up some tins of soup or weights, is very important as you get older. You know this. And by the way, as I talk these words, I know you know all this stuff, and so I hope you don't think I'm like being preaching. I'm honestly just trying to restate what I do and what's important to me. But with regards to strength training, I don't go to the gym very often. I don't like gyms. I try to do my working out at home. I do my yoga. I do, I lift weights. I have like 5 pound weights, and I just do between work sessions. I just go from my computer and do some lifts, and really try to improve my flexibility. My balance, touch wood, has actually improved a lot since I've been doing the yoga, and also being careful and mindful of my walking. Doing balance exercises has helped a lot. So these are all things that you can do honestly without a big deal. Like, you don't need equipment or any gym membership. You can really just do it. Like we're saying, like Robin says at the beginning, small steps. Small steps lead to big strides. And don't be hard on yourself. Get excited about it. You are doing something positive for your life. Positive aging is our mantra. And I think that if you can take these small steps and make small changes, then you'll start to see the bigger shifts later on. So just be easy on yourself. So I hope you found this useful, interesting, intriguing, informative. I hope that you can follow some of the guidance and make a difference in your life. I would love to, first of all, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. And I really, really appreciate your feedback and your comments in the section below. Go ahead and leave a comment. No one's, everyone's going to be watching and responding and caring about what you say. That's important for us. And I'll join in too. But please leave your feedback and comments. And I'd like to ask you as a question, parting question here, what are the small changes that you are making for a healthier life? Leave your comments in the section below. Let's have another chat tomorrow. I really look forward to seeing you again. And again, thanks for being here. And tell me what small changes you're making for a healthier life. Take very good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.